Hey, it's your favorite boy mama 3 that's trying to become debt free. Y'all, come talk with me. I wanted to share why I feel like paying off your debt and getting your money together for your future is important, because right now my mom is currently with my grandmother, and she is like not in like the best state as far as like her health. And we are trying to like make arrangements, seeing what we need to do for her, to make everything, to make her comfortable, make sure she's good. And we're just, not saying like we're just realizing this, but we're realizing like she just she doesn't have it, don't have it, really didn't take retirement serious. And with inflation and everything that's going on in the world right now, it's super hard, especially for our elders who are not able to get up, get moving, get part-time or whatever type of funds to help them to survive. So it really just falls on my mom and her immediate family. So me, my mom, my aunt, we're just pretty much the ones that are like kind of like looking over things and seeing what we can do to assist and just get her back in like a good state. It's hard because, like I said, inflation, things are high. People already have bills themselves. And, when you have to consider more, your family and their things, it's kind of like, you aren't really planning for that because you're trying to already get yourself and your family, your immediate family, established. I, just doing my best, trying my best to be there for my mom and my grandmother as well, to make sure, my mom doesn't get overwhelmed. My fiance, Phil, has been amazing with, just being a good rock in it all, talking to my mom and my grandmother, and just, encouraging, informative. He's like into like a lot of like the retirements and investing, and I guess that's kind of where I'm like learning it from through him. And just trying to make sure that they understand, like, yeah, this is important, and it's not over for you. You can definitely still invest and still get you, some form of income, or just to like go ahead and start to consider, you know your family after you're gone or whatever, and stocks and all that stuff. um but you can still invest, you can still participate in that, and have some things for yourself. Just, I feel like it's like super important to educate everyone in your family about those things. Letting them know, because some people may think that it's that this is the end of the road. Like, I can't work, I can't do this and that, but you know it's not. You're still alive. You still have breath in your lungs. You can still do these things. Just have to, prioritize it, especially like considering, you know, the age of the individual and how long they feel like, they can probably keep up with it, or want to start looking into it. Retirement needs to be very important, especially for the young folks, like myself, that are coming up, my children, letting them know like, hey, like, hop on that and like invest heavy. It's just hard, with our elders and our families, how sometimes they weren't taught that, this is important. You need to be looking at your future, your retirement a little closer. Take advantage of opportunities that you're employers where they can help out with that type of thing, investing. Um, Nobody really talks about that. It's such a like taboo thing, hush hush, long as the bills are paid, like God will figure it out. But in reality, like for cases like this, it's like you have to consider all the things, and you don't really know what it will look like in the future for yourself or your family. What if, they are not established and they can't do anything for you? What if, that relationship is just like it it probably isn't the best and they're like, "No, I'm not doing that." Like you don't know how things will play out in the future. So it's always just the best to have your ducks in a row. Make sure that you're thinking about that, cuz you can't really, you don't know what life will hand you. The deck of cards life will hand you. That's for certain. But it really does suck that a lot of people that are older just didn't really talk about that kind of stuff, or do anything with that information if they were told about that information. So that's why you just try to push it to your friends and family now so they don't have to worry about that in the future. And if it, hopefully it sticks and they understand, okay, yeah, this is important, and you just never know what the future holds. You may still be alive and kicking and just in bad living conditions and can't do much. It sucks. Like life is just, it's crazy. Those things that you think are important, those bills, those expenses, trips and things, like for a moment in time that's important, and you try to get it done, you enjoy yourself, and then you're still left with your debts and things that you have to like take care of. And I feel like it's like super important to focus on those things, take care of those, and then when you're done with that, then you can finally think about that kind of stuff. But all in all, like you have to utilize your youth and take care of your retirement in the future. It's kind of like dang, they were at this young age. My grandmother was at a young age where she was able to do all that she could, work as many jobs she could, and take care of her family. But now it's coming to, she's like at this age where she can't work and she can't really take care of herself, and it's like now we have to step up and do those things. But it will be a whole lot easier, better for all of us, even her, if that working towards retirement and investing was on the table or thought back then. So now Phil is trying to get my mom like in order, trying to see like what is her retirement, and everything looking like she doesn't invest. I think she started, but then I'm pretty sure she stopped. It hasn't been that long. That was honestly like a few years back when she was doing that. We mentioned it. But it can really serve you well if you do those things now, and just have it sit. Just, I mean, I know it's money can be tight. Money can be tight with everything that's going on in this world right now, but we need to try to prioritize that retirement, investing, things like that, because that money can grow for you, and you put in say $50 every pay period. That adds up, and then once it's been sitting for a while, it'll start growing for you. So I just think put in something. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it needs to be something for the for your future. It's really not that complex. We shouldn't think, I'll worry about it in the future, or I'll wait to see if my family can help take care of it, because again, we are all trying to live ourselves. And, it's just sometimes dynamics are not always cookie cut and what you think should be, but, you know, that's just when we have to just start praying and hope that, things work out for what it is. And everybody is just, in a good place to do things. Yeah, so right now that's what we're going through, trying to get through, trying to make sure she's okay. And it just was on my heart that this needed to be said. Investing is surely important. Retirement is definitely important, especially if it's through your employer. If they're matching your retirement, why not take advantage of that? Why not? Like, too many times you hear of horror stories. I don't think I've heard of one good story of retirement where someone is like reaping the benefits of it. No one in my family. And that says a lot. I don't see that. So, in the future for my mom, I know she has something through her job, but it's like, will it be enough? Will it be enough? We honestly hear about a lot of these stories where retirement wasn't enough. You need X amount of dollars, and then you may get taxed on some of those dollars. You have to look into different accounts, like a Roth IRA. They say you get one of those, you're taxed like before in the process of when you get it, and then like when you go to take it out for retirement, there's no taxes involved. So like you have to really just do your research and see which ones work for you. And yeah, I just going through a lot. Hate to see my grandmother going through this, and I really wish it was something more I could do, but I'm just gonna do my best, and we're gonna get through this, and we'll be on the other side of it all, and everything will be okay. So the tidbit I would put in so you could take away from this video is take your retirement seriously. Invest in what you can. If you're up in age, you may need to start aggressively investing. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If it resonated with you, or if you got any good information from it or whatever, like and subscribe. I hope y'all have a good day, and take care of yourself, and do your best.